Okay, cowboys and cowgirls, here we are today. It's May 30th, 31st, I don't know. We are out at O'Neill Regional Park. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day. This is the scene we're going to do right here. As you can see, there's a tree. So we have this tree right here, and I really like that tree. We're going to ignore this fence. We're just going to bring this whole grass area down. It's a nice little spot. We have, this is a 4 mile, no, it wasn't a 4 mile hike. Cars right here, bathrooms over there. There's the dog. We're going to do an 8x10 because we're going to see if, we're going to do an 8x10 to see if the dog can handle just hanging out and painting. And that's it. All right, let's get started. As you can see, we have white, yellow, blue, red, and then toxic chemicals down there. All right, and let's start with Mr. Fine and Scratchy, and we gotta do some paint stuff here. All right, we have a big gorgeous park for this dog to go run around playing, and what's she doing? She's sitting right there. I don't get it. I mean, this is beautiful. Go run around, be a dog, and anyway, kids these days. We're going to start with our little puddle of color here. Doesn't really matter what it is. Keep it nice and thin. Thinner than that. Get it really thin. Take a deep breath. Clear your mind. Now, this is a little 8x10, so it's it's going to be really gestural. I'm not going to get in the weeds on it and anything. I'm not trying to make this into some big grand painting that it's going to hang on gallery walls and shit. This is just a fun little get out and paint. Enjoy yourself. Like for an 8x10, it shouldn't take you longer than an hour. Like really. If you're taking longer than an hour on 8x10, learn how to make your brush strokes just a little bit more refined. No, not refined. Gestural. Get loose with it. Don't worry about the details. We're just looking for some color and some fun shapes and all that good stuff. Really work on your drawing skills. Pay attention to some nuances in the light, the structures, and it's just all in getting your brain, your eyes to your brain, down your arm, your hand, out to your brush, onto the canvas. And that's what we're really looking for here, okay? That's it. And again, for the drawing part, I find having these like really scratchy, really worn out brushes really kind of help in terms of doing the drawing portion as opposed to the filling it in and building up your textures and stuff. I really find these brushes to be pretty cool. It just helps, I guess. I don't know, you gotta find your own deal. And of course, the way to find your own deal in doing something like that is, believe it or not, to not worry about doing a full painting every time. Just go out and screw around, experiment, see what happens. Try this, try that, try a little more of the everything else. I mean, no one's gonna know. No one notices. Besides, if you do something like that, people are gonna say, "Oh my gosh, that's the best painting so ever. You're just holy Jesus Christ! Oh my God, that's awesome." Like, yeah, that's right. Unless you're me, of course. I mean, if it's me, then people are just gonna be like, "What the bungle were you thinking, dude?" A little bit of light showing through it, right through it. So like this is that like light area right there. Let's build up some of this background texture that we're going to be painting over, but this is a background texture. All right, so just looking at this, see how we have a registration mark here, 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 and this is kind of like, so technically this whole stuff should be moved over a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's just kind of a fun little experiment. But the idea being that this actually is the kind of the the central area is where our greatest contrast is where most of our detail is going to be, you name it. So we probably should move it over a little, but let's just kind of leave it for now, because there's plenty of room. Like you had this room like right here, and this coming right there. But okay, so the drawing is done. Maybe a little more drawing. Okay, foreground, then we'll put in some of that road in there, whatever, and some of the light areas. But we'll start with this grass here, and then we'll build in the trees to bring it forward. And that way is what we're going to do is we're going to take our same puddle of color, but we're going to add some yellow, okay, and some white. And then keep going until we get what we want here on the panel. Warm it up slightly as we come forward. Just a little more yellow, just a titch of that red in there, just a smidge of white. Alright, doesn't look like we did much, but when you look at it on the, and you see how it reacts between the two of them, we did something. Let's continue here. Now, I'm putting in some of these highlights here, but truth be told, I need to put in some of the darker background. So we're going to be pushing and pulling back and forth of the positive, negative shapes here. All right, everybody. Here's the deal. There comes a time in every painting, especially when you're starting out, when it's just not happening. It's just not going well. So what do? Do you keep pushing it? Do you keep smearing paint around? Do you keep trying to? Is what you do is you get your rag and you put it in your solvent. Okay, again, this, and then is what you do is you wipe it. Okay, it's called a wiper. It's also a toning it. It's called a toner, a wiper, something. But basically, it's not going to happen, guys. This painting it sucks. So what you want to do is save the canvas, because these things are, $1.5 million. And that's it. Well, I'm going to wipe it more than that. But the thing is, you got to know when to call it quits. I've got the dog in the car. She's not running around like a happy dog like I thought she'd be. Got that on my mind, this, that, a few other things on my mind. So the idea is that, if you're not really into it and it's starting to come into frustration or whatever, just wipe it. Don't worry about it. Have a good day on it. All right, so I'm going to wipe this, pack up, and then we're going to come back, and this video is still going to have another painting to it. All right, see you there. Okay, what we have here is a nice little spot. We hiked far and wide. We are again at O'Neill Park, because earlier on in this video, the painting just didn't turn out, and I wanted to find something better. So it's actually days later. Olive is still here. Couldn't come here in good conscience and not bring Olive to go run around. Anyway, I'm going to set up, and by the way, there's water here last time, and it was like a week ago. Now there's no water, so a little bummed. Anyway, this is the scene I think we're going to do. We're going to use a little 8x10 too, by the way. All right. Okay, so here's the setup. We're all set up. Dog is over there. Hope she doesn't attack these people. That's the scene we're going to do, and we got white, yellow, blue, red. That's how we're going to roll. I am dangerously low on my solvent, though. All right, let's get to work. All right, just started and the effing battery died. I hope you guys know how hard it is to be a YouTube sensation these days. All right, dog seems to be a little more content. Thank God. Let's get going here. All right, so what we're doing is we're taking some blue, some of the red, and just a titch of yellow, and we have ourselves our base color. If you don't know what that is, that's whatever it is here. Yeah, I want to make it just a titch more on the warm side, though. Okay, there we go. Can I really see if it's on the warm side or not? Not really, but it's because I know I'm putting in a little more red and a little more yellow, so I know it's going to be a little bit more on the warm side. Let's do some drawing here. So the question is, what do I like about this painting that I'm doing this painting of? Well, you got this bush and this and that and everything right here, but most importantly is what I like about it is that it's this cute little stream that just is coming down through here, okay? You know, it's just memories of childhood and playing the stream with all the tadpoles and the froggies and this and that and everything. No, I never did that. I grew up with houses all over the place. But the trick here is this painting is going to take less than an hour, just so you know. And the reason it's going to do that is because I want it to be. This isn't going to be in the weeds, you know, try and, you know, capture all the magical depth of everything and details and all that good stuff. It's not that. This is capture the spirit of the scene, this and all that good stuff. That's what this is. A study, if you will. You know, people call that a study, so you go back, get some color notes down. You know, people say that, oh, I just get some color notes down. Alright, that's great. The idea, though, is that for a big mass shape like that, just you're going to paint it one color and then come back with some other values that are going to be real close to it, and that way you're going to create your little objects. So don't try and paint all those objects in there exactly the same way. Okay, now also, so the drawing is kind of really more or less done, but just to illustrate something here real quick, from the scene you get, and it's just, you know, so all you really have is, you know, just, I'm not sure that's really showing up there, but essentially, you know, you just got like, you know, and it's going to kind of get this like a little ridge here. It's actually going to be a little more there. And then this maybe a big tree coming up this side just to balance it out a little bit. But is what we have here is essentially the drawing, okay? And this all is going to be like one big mass with some differentiation in it, and then the sky up here. All right, you guys get all that? So now with the drawing done, now I want to go in and put in essentially the color washes. At this point, it's the color washes we're putting in here. So you want to take a character or a critter or this and that, what do you want to call it, a part of the next week I'm doing the Paint San Clemente. Starts Saturday and today is a Wednesday, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll have a whole YouTube series on the whole darn thing, so you know, put that in your calendar, pencil it in. So if you've never done a plein air competition, like a full competition, I'll be doing narrating the whole thing for you. So even though that background is pretty, you know, pretty green back there, we are going to, you know, add the blue and the white to knock it back a lot, okay? Again, we're just creating texture here. This isn't really painting it in like you think it is. It's just creating a background texture to work with here. I'm mixing in the same color puddle, but I put red and yellow in it, okay? So just a titch more blue, but I'm bringing it forward here, so we want it to be warmer. Red, and I'm going to use a little more solvent. Boy, I am really out of it. Okay, so for today's podcast, it's going to be about the ice people going in and rounding folks up. Now, I'm in Southern California right now, and it's currently day 5 of the LA riots, if you want to call them that. I don't know. Let me tell you, the riots back in 90-something, 92? I think 92, the Rodney King riots. Now, those were some riots. That was a scary time. It was like you could feel it in the air. These? No. Oh, we got some kids coming down. Olive's going to be a good girl. Olive is super alert. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, so we pretty much have everything in. Now let's start to, except for this guy. Now let's start going in and, you know, pulling out some details here. Eucalyptus trees, not natives to Southern California, brought over from Australia, as far as I know, according to somebody. Anyway, but they grow exceedingly well here. And what happened was in the early ranching days, they brought them over and they planted a bunch of them, and then the birds would replant them for you. But as what happened was, I don't know the real reason why. I'm not a farmer guy, but they plant them in these big rows out over the place. And so what you eventually had was like these really big, long, beautiful rows of these eucalyptus trees. But as civilization crept in and city councilors were told that every tree in the world is disease, a lot of them come out. And so you don't have the number of eucalyptus trees that used to be here. You also don't have the number of orange trees either. All the orange groves are long gone. It's called Orange County for a reason. And that reason is long gone. So anyway, so today's podcast, to get back to that, is the riot, I guess, if you will, happening. Now I'm in Orange County, a nice wide area of Orange County, so I'm not getting anything. Nothing's happening down here. But here's the thing, is the ICE people, if you listen to the Homan guy, his deal is, hey, we're just out getting the criminals, the rapists, the this, that, and everything else. Which, okay, but it's not really what it's looking like, you know? I mean, you know, kind of show the paperwork, you know? Show your work. Show me what's happening that you really are, because it's not really showing up like that. But on the flip side, if you really are here to just get the criminals and this and that, there happens to be some facilities that are chock full of them. Pretty secure. I mean, it's like you don't have to like go and try and do something fishy. You just go and say, hey, I want that one, that one, that one. They'll like dish them up to you. You know, free up a lot of space in the old prison system, and then of course send those folks back to whatever country they're in, or they came from, and let that country bear the financial responsibility of doing whatever. That being option 1, 2, or 3, I'm not sure. So it just seems as though if you're going to go through and do this whole immigration bad people, well then, those people have already had due process served. There's a record of what they have done or whatever. And just being here illegally and working is not really enough of a reason for me. I hate to say it. And the reason is because if you go talk to someone, like I think I said this in a different podcast or talk or whatever, I took a walking class of all damn things with the JC. And in this little walking class, I walked with this guy. He was from Guatemala. And he was the nicest guy. I mean, you know, he had a few pounds to lose too, which is why we were out walking. And him and I would walk during this whole class, so I got to know him pretty well. And his deal was, you know, I guess wherever he was from, Guatemala, it was really shitty. It was bad, you know. And he got out and came here in hopes of starting a new life. And he was getting his mechanics certification through the JC. And all that other good stuff. And I gotta be honest with you, I was like, dude, you're fucking light years ahead of me right now, dude. You know, he really was. He was doing better. He's probably doing way better than I am doing right now. Probably making money, has a job, this and that. And so, I mean, whether he came up here, I don't think he came up here like as legally as you think. But you know, on the flip side, it should be fairly easy to say, hey, you know, let's get the citizenship thing going. I want to pay my taxes. I want to, you know, be a citizen. You know, I mean, a good citizen. And he's a young guy. He's like 21 or something like that, 19, 20, 21, somewhere in there. But it just to me, it was like, you know, you can't be mad at someone like that. You can't be like looking at that guy and be like, no way, man, you gotta, you know, get out of here. You're stealing my jobs and stuff. Well, he's stealing my jobs. And so, like, you know, the blanket, just go out and find as many people as can, throw them in the paddy wagon and say, oh, these are illegal immigrants, get rid of them. Because they're people. And they're good people. I mean, if you want to go get the ones that have already committed crimes, gangs, stealing shit, fucking get rid of those guys, man. You know, if this whole ICE thing is going around and they're showing some people like, oh yeah, these people, they were all, you know, part of this gang or part of this cartel or something that was moving drugs and, you know, moving product here and there and running drugs and stuff, by all means, toss them. You know, get rid of the bad ones. We want the good ones. But show me the paperwork, man. You just can't go around and be like, oh, these guys are it. No, show me the paperwork. I want to know you're putting away the bad guys, because it's just kind of shitty the way it seems to be going down now. No due process, no this, no that. Just you're brown. It's not cool. Oh, I guess the other part is, you know, so here, you know, here's the other thing I don't get is a lot of those Marines, it's a very Hispanic population, those Marines, and you're gonna be like, hey, Marines, go kick out all these other people because they didn't get as lucky as you did or something like that, you know? Yeah, it's kind of shitty. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those Marines are like, nope, not doing it. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I mean, there's a report, and that's the other thing is, so I was reading one, it's like, you know, Brigadier Commander, Colonel, General, so-and-so said, no, it's illegal, I'm not doing it. And now, I don't know if it's true or not, or if it's fake media. And that's the other shitty part is, how do we know what is and what is not fake media anymore? I mean, it's like, it's crazy. You know, it's like, even I'm like, and I got my shit together. I'm looking at like, dude, is that real or not? I don't know. Is it just propaganda from one side or the other? I can't tell. Meanwhile, okay, so I'm also down here near Camp Pendleton, and that's one of the bases that they said they're going to call up some 4,000 people from. And I just cannot wait for everyone to freak out and say, oh, the choppers are flying, the choppers are flying. You know, the Hueys or the, you know, the Apaches, the Cobras, all those are flying, they're mobilizing, and it's like, dude, number one, those things are flying by every effing day, okay? And the reason is because as a pilot, you have to have so many hours a month in order to stay current in the military, from what I understand. I have not done it, but I try and fly as much as I can to stay current. You know, that makes sense. So, you know, people would be like, oh, they're, the choppers are out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not buying that either because, I mean, that's just really simple. Math is they fly by every day. I see them from my house like every freaking day, okay? So don't buy into that if you see any of that going around. I don't know what to do. Make it a nice yellowy sky or a nice bluey sky. I mean, it's mostly blue out there, but let's see what we got. There's also a little bit in the setting sun, so I'm just thinking like a nice yellowish tinge, something. No, like Michael Obermeyer would put in a nice yellow something, it'd be perfect. Okay, so now let's start painting in the negative shape of the trees here, guys. Let's blur this out, put some interesting shapes in here. Okay. Some edges found, some edges lost. Okay, so here we have this painting. I mean, it's way more warmer out there than what I'm getting in here. Okay, so, alright, so I should monkey the audio here. But I do hope that this new audio thing doesn't give me all the wind sound that the other one was giving. It's got a little thing here. Alright, so Olive looks like she wants to go for a nice big walkie, so that's what we're going to do. And she's been the best puppy in the world. And put this up on the, leave a comment, say hi, say bye, say hi Olive, say, you know, in the comments, leave a comment and then like. If you like this little two things in painting and you want to see me keep going, then click the like button and then subscribe and share it with everyone you know in the whole wide world. All right, I appreciate it. Thanks.